what made you pick up a guitar? I mean, what was it that just said, this is what I've got to do, this is my calling?
Well, I think like when I was older, I saw a guy named Greg Brown play when I was like 19.
When you were older?
When I was older, like 19. That's when I didn't even play music, and then I said, you know what, it's time. I think all I need is a guitar. And that's when I started this journey. But I think when I was around 4 years old, I remember this night where my grandma Marge Gallagher, the Irish side, crazy ass side of my family, I'll tell you that right now. She was running with this guy named Jim Barr from Bakersfield, and he was a big old son bitch is the word. I'm pardon my French, but that's what the term in our family is. He's a big son bitch. He played guitar and he'd fish at the creek, like that song I sang earlier about Young When I Left Home. That's where Big Jim actually caught his barbecue on fire and threw it down, and my cousin Hank pulled it out one day. But they came over one night to our house, and he was singing songs, and I remember just being, my brother fell asleep, and I was just at the kitchen table like, I'm in on this. And they went outside to have a smoke, and Big Jim had the guitar sitting on the table, and I remember I grabbed the guitar, and I looked at my grandma's Coke, you know, and I took a drink, and I was like, that's not Coke. And then I remember strumming the guitar, and it was on that same night I had my first whiskey and my first guitar right there. And I think that's probably the first time right there, you know. And I owe a lot to that crazy side of my family. It was, I wrote a song when I was 24 called Big Jim's Guitar, because I was given Big Jim's guitar, that guitar that I first strummed. I still have that guitar. And they both drank themselves to death. It's a sad part of the whole story, but they were crazy cool. It's called Big Jim's Guitar. You know, my grandma was a dancer. Big Jim was a fisherman. They were lovers for a while. They both carried on. Oh, Big Jim, he picked on the guitar like no one you ever seen. And my grandma had a love affair. Whole life with Jim Beam before the whiskey took their livers. Well, I was just a kid, and there's lots of things that I don't remember. But one thing I can't forget is Big Jim's guitar. And my grandma dancing around the room, just sipping on her whiskey jar. Oh, I couldn't get enough. Well, them always falling down drunk, but them never falling out of love. all those songs that other people had wrote. Take my grandma home and they fill the room with cigarettes, the smell of bourbon strong. Big Jim would play from the bottom of his heart for my grandma all night long. On bed, Jim's guitar, and my grandma dancing around the room, just sipping on her whiskey jar. Oh, I couldn't get enough. Well, them always falling down drunk, but them never falling out of love. It's been many moons since I've heard old Jim play. Been in my grandma's loving arms on a warm summer day. And as I've gotten older, I've grown to realize that our bodies, they sure leave us, but that guitar will never die. Like big Jim's guitar, with my grandma dancing around the room, just sipping on her whiskey jar. Oh, I couldn't get enough. Well, them always falling down drunk, but them never falling out of love. Thank you, Vince.